Today I'm going to talk to you guys about acting. Is acting a career? I know the question might be a little bit tricky because we use the word career a lot. It kind of depends on what you mean by career. Now, I've been in the industry for quite some time now. Behind the scenes, 4 years of high school drama. I did acting for screenplay. I even went into a competition, national competition, which was kind of like the acting version of Idols. Like top 24 or top 32 or something. With that said, so I know my way around the craft of acting and theater. So I know the fundamentals. I've been around. I did my training. But why haven't I pursued that as such? I think you have a very limited body of work in terms of what you can and what you can't do. And this is one of the reasons why I don't necessarily think of acting as a career, because of its limitations and the dynamics involved. Maybe recognize it more as a job than as a career. And one of the reasons why I don't necessarily consider it a career, probably because you're not so much in control of what you do. And this is one of the reasons I felt like, in order for me to do a lot of what I want to do, or tell the kind of stories I want to tell, write the kinds of films I should be writing and producing, then I need to get into that producer's role. So even if I have to start from scratch, in order to build your own empire, to craft your own path or your own way, you have to really think about what do you really want to achieve? What type of stories do you want to really tell? What type of films do you want to really be making? What kind of influence do you really want to have? All those questions that I had, I knew that I couldn't do that as an actor. Acting is kind of like more like modeling, more extended version of modeling. You're kind of like a puppet. Basically, you are just a prop by which the creative director behind the concept want to communicate their concept through you. You bring to life their ideas, their stories.
The whole walkover and your reaction to her saying sit,
which they communicate through you and skill that you bring on the set. Embodying and livening up the character, which is basically acting, portraying a role. It's an important role, don't get me wrong, that it's not easy, it's really hard. It requires great amount of attention to detail, to the script, to the wording, to character dynamics. You have to have a lot of insight into the character. Practice, rehearse, know your lines as well. You have to be disciplined. It's a really, really highly skilled and demanding job that requires one to be intelligent. However, is it a career? No, you cannot build a career around that. You cannot. What is a career? An occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life with opportunities for progress. Opportunities for progress. Yeah. I don't know if there's a lot of opportunities for progress when you're an actor. It's safe to say that yes, one can have a body of work that they can build around and have an overview of what they've done and sort of like see it as a career in a way. But this is just the kind of word that gets thrown around a lot. When people kind of view one's body of work, the footprint that you make in an industry as a career. But I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I think it goes a little bit beyond that. I think having a career for me is being in control of what you do, what you bring on the table in terms of your profession, how you can variate yourself, groom that profession, and how you can expand and extend your profession to different horizons. Like I said, if you really kind of want to be in control of what you do and the kinds of footprints, how you evaluate the footprints that you leave, I think becomes a definition of what a career is, in my own personal view. And with regards to acting, there's not a lot that you can do. There's pros and cons to everything, but there's just too many cons. It's a really tough industry. There are no benefits. You don't get medical and things like that. It's a contract. You get a contract, you do a job. That's it. You got a job today, you don't have a job tomorrow. A lot of actors survive off doing commercials, which is really kind of like a once-off paid gig. They might land a role in a TV series, role in a film, and etc. It's a very limited industry. It's you can't spread yourself as thick as you might want to, because you're not in control of so much. And anything that you're not in control of, I just don't really see it as something that you can call a body of work, because it's not even your own. You definitely leave a footprint in something. You make cool films, you can leave a signature, but you have a lot of actors who have acted in a lot of films, left a lot of footprints in the industry. Not just actors alone, but sometimes even directors, cameramen. They're broke, Some people are famous, but broke, because it's the type of industry where you can make quick money, a lot of money, but also lose a lot of money at the same time. So there's just it requires a lot of discipline in order to survive in this type of industry. For instance, look, I can progress a lot. If you think of any other kind of job, like any of the other jobs that I've done, whether it's design, whether it's animation, or whatever the case may be. Even as a cameraman, you can take on different kinds of projects. You can shoot whatever you want. You can move on to different camera lenses, camera techniques. I can have my own production where I shoot weddings, I shoot this and I shoot that. I can variate my skill in a lot of different ways. But as an actor, you can play different characters, but again, you're not in control of that as well. You're still not in charge of that, in control of that. You try to meet a certain expectation, and someone might not think that you're good enough for that because you don't look the part, you don't sound the part, you're just not the right stereotype, or whatever the case may be. So you can land a role, sometimes not land a role. So it's something that's really dependent on a lot of other different factors. Is it a career? I don't know. Anything that you have someone who's running your life. As long as someone is running your life, you have a job, you don't have a career. I think it's really a matter of perspective at the end of the day, but that's just my view and my perspective on that, because I like to give the right advice to people so that they think right about this type of industry, when they want to come into the industry, when they want to pursue acting as such, because it's not all roses for everybody. You have a job today and tomorrow you don't have a job. It's a roller coaster of emotions. A lot of people especially this period of the pandemic, are finding it a lot easier, or people within this industry or my industry are finding it easy to survive, because that's how we've been surviving. A lot of people, on the other hand, who had full-time jobs, who had to pay off their bills, their installments and everything, they don't really know how to really survive during this pandemic, because they just never really were faced with that type of situation where all of a sudden, this month I had a paycheck, next month I don't have a paycheck, and they don't know what to do. A lot of people have been depressed a lot. Some people have committed suicide, unfortunately. This is a lot that this pandemic has really caused. And I really feel for a lot of people, but for a lot of us in the industry, I think for a lot of people, we've kind of it's pretty much been the same for us. It's been pretty much the same. We've kind of been learning how to hustle and how to sort of grind. And that's one of the other advantages, I suppose, if you can call it an advantage at all. But it's an advantage where it's an advantage. But other than that, yeah, this is what I really think, So if you really want to get into acting, that's fine, that's cool, get into acting and, do your thing. I don't know, maybe it's your thing, maybe it's not your thing. Other than that, hey, all the best and God bless. Why don't you like this video while you're at it? Do engage, please. Drop a comment and tell me what you guys think. Do you agree with me on, if you're in the industry, do you think acting is a career or not? What do you really think about it? What do you make of it? Subscribe, hit that notification bell as well. Then you'll know when I drop other videos. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video to be informative. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. From the actor's chair. Alright, peace out and thanks for watching. See you next time.